Let's take a look at how to create a blog in your Fullscope Freelancer account. So I've gone to the Sites menu on the left, and as you can see, we have the blog area up here. And this test account doesn't have a blog yet. And if you also haven't started a blog or started the process of creating one, you'll see that the system prompts you to create a website page where you can host your blog first. And I'm going to do that right now. So let's go back to websites. I'm going to pick maybe just this portfolio website template. And I'm going to clone one of these pages and then just replace the content with the blog. So maybe I'll clone this book a call page and clone it in this website. That'll take just a second to clone. We can now edit the settings here. So I'll call this blog and I'll change the path to be, or rather the URL to just be /blog. So let's update this page. And now we can edit this page. And it's a very simple process. There is a blog element that you can just drag and drop onto the page and then tweak the settings for. So here, this was the calendar page. So I think I'll probably just delete this. I'll just write blog here at the top, and I'll delete this calendar element. And I will add the blog element, which is over here, blog posts. So I'll drag and drop that. And this is going to automatically update itself with all of the blog posts that I share via my blog. So as you can see on the right here, just like any other website element, we're going to have some different options to tweak the settings of this. If you have multiple categories, maybe you want to have help articles and then also project review articles or whatever it might be. You can create different pages with different categories. So I don't have any yet, as you can see on the right here. But this is an option, so you can host all of your blog content in one place, or you can switch it up and have certain articles on one web page and certain other articles on a different one. And then, of course, you can do everything like changing the colors and some other advanced settings like the padding and etc. But this is enough for me for right now, so I'm just going to click Save. I'm going to ignore the SEO metadata stuff for now and just go back. Now we can go back to the blog area and we can get the process of starting a blog started. Let's wait for this to load. Perfect. So we'll go back to blogs. We'll click Create Blog Post. Here we can give it a title. I'll just call it Testing. A post description, same thing. This is a test. And then a cover image. So as you can see, the recommended size, 600 by 400 pixels. But it's up to you what the cover image looks like. So I'm going to look for something. I think I'll just go to Unsplash for now. Type blog here. And yeah, sure. This looks good enough. We'll use this for testing purposes. So now I'll create my post. Oh, sorry, I need the alt text. So perfect. Now I've got a post. And as you can see, when you make your first post, we have a bit of a template set up here. So you can see you can add things like videos and images. You can, of course, add titles and different links, and checklists, as you can see. So there are all types of great elements that you can drag and drop into here to blog to your heart's content, so to speak. So I think I'll just leave this as it is. Of course, you're going to go in and tweak this to make it your own content. As you're working, just remember we don't have yet an autosave feature. So while you are changing things in your blog, if you want to navigate away from it, don't forget to hit the save button on the top right. And in this case, I'll just pretend like this is my blog post that I'm ready to share. So I'll go to save. And then I will also click continue on the top right. and it's going to take me to the final screen before publishing the blog posts, where you can define things like the URL slug. So this was, as you can see down here, the URL for this will be, yourwebsite.com/blog/b/ whatever you type in here. And if you have a category, then you can select it. Since I don't have any categories, it's prompting me to make one. So I'll just call this tutorials. Let's see, and maybe category tutorial. Again, just filling in some random stuff here. And I think that's enough to create a category. So now I can select, this will be under tutorials. I can add some keywords, which are of course important for your blog getting found. So just some short or long tail keywords that are gonna help search engines, for example, figure out what it is you've blogged about and whether they should show it to people searching for similar content. So again, just filling in some random stuff here. If you are the author, you can of course add yourself. And if you maybe have other people coming and adding blog posts, then you can add them as authors and select them here. And then finally here at the bottom, you can either save this as a draft and come back to finish it or publish it later. You can publish it right away, or you can of course schedule it to be published at a later date. So if you want to write all your blog posts for the month at the beginning of the month, then you can schedule them to be dripped out every week or every other day, however you want to deal with it. So I'll just publish this right away. As you can see, I can select also the published date. So if I was maybe a little late and I meant to write my blog on Monday, but it's Tuesday now, I can just say the published date was the 25th and then click save. So now the blog window here shows me a list of all the blogs I've created, their status, whether they've been published or not. I'll see the categories they've been sifted into, and I will see who was the last person to update it in case there's more than one person dealing with blogs in your account. So this is perfect. And if, of course, I want to make new posts, I can, of course, do that with the new post option up here. I can also duplicate existing posts if they have maybe like a layout or certain elements that I want to reuse in every blog. Then you can duplicate them here. And you can also, if you don't want this particular blog post to show anymore, you can archive it or delete it. And of course, you can go back and edit them and update them at any time. So that's pretty easy to do. So let's go back to our website now that we have a blog post. I'll go back to the blog page. And I'm going to click this preview button here, and that'll open it in another area. And this is, now you can see this is the blog page that we set up just before we started. And now we have our first post. Obviously not the prettiest looking thing with my placeholder image and text here, but that post is now live. And if I click it, then we're going to be taken to the page with the blog. Now, here is one important thing you'll see in this example very, very clearly, that the blog area doesn't automatically update itself. Like if you wanted a dark background, then it doesn't automatically update to white text and vice versa. So in the case of this blog, I would probably need to go back to this page because it's going to carry over the same background for your blog posts, and I would make the background of this blog element maybe white, or make just the background white so that obviously people can read your blog. So do remember that the background and the general page layout that you create for the blog element is going to translate into the blog posts themselves. So as you can see, here is a perfect example. If we click on this blog and we have this dark background, then of course nobody can read our blog because we've got a bunch of dark text on here. So do be aware of that. Obviously test everything with your blog before you publish it and start sharing your articles. But otherwise, that is the process for creating your blog, creating a website page for your blog, and getting everything set up so that you can start sharing helpful articles with your customers and with your audience. If you have any questions, just let us know in the comments below, and have a wonderful day.